Hey there, first grade. How's everybody doing today? And welcome back to another remote learning math lesson with Mr. Enzi. Today, we're going to take a look at a family, but it's a math family, a math fact family. And you are going to need a brand new math mat for today's lesson. This is called the domino fact family. You can see there's a big empty domino at the top, and then there's some blank number models. You're going to want to find this math mat, place it inside your sheet protector, get your marker, and you will be all ready for today's math lesson, because I am about to shrink myself into the corner. Today, we are going to be doing grade 1, lesson 7.1. And it's called Fact Families. You will need your domino fact family math mat placed inside of your sheet protector, and you'll need your dry erase marker so that you can get some practice in. Now, we're going to be starting with our math message. And our math message is going to take us back to our part-part total. You might remember our part-part total is when we add up some of our numbers, and then we get our biggest number at the top in the total box. Only this time, our warm-up doesn't involve numbers. It involves some dots. So let's take a look at my part-part total. I have some dots in my first part. I have some dots in my second part. How many dots do I have in all? Well, in all we had to do was count up all of our dots, and you may have gotten the same answer that I did. There are 7 dots in all. Notice that we have 3 numbers. We have the number 4, shown in dots. We have the number 3, shown in dots. And we have the number 7. That's a family, because we can make addition problems using those numbers. We can also make subtraction problems using those numbers. And we're going to focus on learning that today. Let's try another one. This time, find the missing dots. Now, my total is 11. That means I need 11 dots. So far, I have this many dots. How many more dots do I need to get to 11 total? All right, hopefully everybody has their answer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots. And I'm going to keep counting. 8, 9, 10, 11. How many more dots did I need? I needed 1, 2, 3, 4 more dots. There's a couple ways I could have solved that problem. I could have put 7 in the rock and counted up, added 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 more dots. Some of you may have subtracted. You started with 11 and you took away 7 and you were left with 4. Awesome job. Let's try one more. Find the missing dots. There's 8 total dots. So far, we only have 2. How many dots are missing? There's a couple ways we can do this. I could start with 8, and I could take away the 2 I already have. 8, take away the 2 you already have. How many dots are missing? 6. Or I could start with 2, put 2 in my rock, and count up until I get to 8. 2 in the rock, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got the same exact answer whether I added or subtracted. Awesome job. Now this little warm-up is going to play an important part of what we're going to be learning today. Today we're going to be learning about something called a fact family. Now a family is a group of people that go together, right? You might have mommy and daddy. You might have a brother or a sister. You might have your dog or your cat or your rabbit. You might have a stepmom, stepdad. You might have stepbrothers, grandmoms and grandpops. Lots of people will make up our family. Well, in math, a fact family is 3 numbers that go together to make addition and subtraction problems. And we're going to learn how we can take a domino and take the dots on the domino and turn those numbers into different facts. So let's start with our math mat, and you're going to notice that we have that blank domino at the top. I want you to draw the dots that you see on my domino. I want you to draw them in your domino exactly how you see them. Go ahead, take the time right now to draw the dots in both parts. All right, now, the next thing I want to do is I want to come up with my 3 numbers. There's 3 numbers that appear on that domino. The first number of dots is shown in this part of my domino. How many dots do we see in that part of our domino? 6 dots. 6 is one of my numbers. In my other part of my domino, I see a different number of dots. How many dots do I see in that part of my domino? 4. Now, I can now count up all of my dots in my domino. How many dots do I have in all? Well, there are 10 dots. Now, on your sheet protector, you're going to notice that there's 2 addition problems. We can use these 3 numbers and create an addition problem. And I can think of my part total. My part total, well, this part had 6, and this part had 4. 6 plus 4 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now some of you are shouting, I didn't need to count those dots. It's a friend of 10. You're right. It is a friend of 10. So 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now, we also know there's a turnaround fact. I can take the 6 and the 4 and I can turn them around. What would our new addition fact be? Well, if we turn them around, we get 4 plus 6 equals 10. Notice that both of my addition facts use all of the 3 numbers that make up my fact family. They go together. We have the 6, we have the 4, we have the 10. We have a 4, a 6, and a 10. Wow! Oh, I want to show you one more thing. Notice that my biggest number in addition comes last. The biggest number comes last when we add, because it's the total. Now, we still have to come up with some subtraction problems, And we have to use the number 6, 4, and 10. Well, in subtraction, I start with my total. Well, my total number of dots is 10. So let's go and write our first subtraction problem, starting with 10. Now, I have two numbers left. I have the 6 and the 4. Doesn't matter, but I'm going to just do 10 minus 6. If I have 10 dots and I take away 6 of them, how many dots do I have left? 4 dots. My domino tells me. My fact family also tells me, because these numbers have to go together. Now, a lot of you will also tell me, there's a turnaround fact in subtraction. There really isn't a turnaround fact in subtraction like there is in addition, but this is as close as we get. I'm going to start with my total again, 10, and instead of subtracting 6, this time I'm going to subtract 4. How many dots are left? So now I have 10 minus 4 equals 6 dots. Every problem used the same 3 digits. The 6, the 4, and the 10. They're in different orders, but every fact used those numbers. Here's the neat thing about subtraction. In subtraction, our biggest number comes first. So the biggest number comes last in addition because it's the total. But in subtraction, we start with the total and then we take away. Awesome job. So we started with a domino. And then we were able to find the 3 numbers on that domino. And then we came up with the fact family using those 3 numbers. Let's try another one. Go ahead and clear off your sheet protector. I want you to copy my domino. Copy the dots that you see on my domino. See if you can come up with our 3 numbers. How many numbers are in one part? How many numbers are in the other part? How many numbers are in all? See if you can come up with our numbers of this fact family. Now, did you come up with 1, 2? Did you come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? And did you come up with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 total dots. Remember, in addition, our biggest number comes at the end. In subtraction, the biggest number comes at the beginning. Who thinks they can tell us an addition problem with these 3 numbers? I see another friend of 10. 2 plus 8 equals 10. My biggest number is at the end. Now, don't forget, we now can do our turnaround fact. Instead of 2 plus 8, we can turn them around. 8 plus 2 equals 10. The biggest number is still at the end. Now we have to come up with some subtraction problems using the 2, the 8, and the 10. Well, subtraction, my biggest number comes first. So the number 10 is going to start my domino, right? My fact. And then I'm going to take away one of my sides. I'm going to take away the 2 dots. 10 minus the 2. How many are left? 8 dots are left. I used the 10, the 2, and the 8 to make a subtraction problem. Now we have one fact left. It's another subtraction problem. So I'm going to start with my biggest number, the 10. This time I'm going to take away my 8 dots. 10 minus 8, how many are left? 1, 2. 10 minus 8 equals 2. We were able to come up with 4 facts from those 3 numbers, and we made a fact family. All right, let's try another one. I want you to try this one on your own. I want you to count up the number of dots in each part and then find the total number of dots and see if you can come up with the fact family. Remember, in addition, our biggest number comes last. In subtraction, the biggest number comes first. Go ahead and press that pause button. See if you can solve this problem on your own. Be careful when you count your dots, because if you count wrong, all of your facts are not going to be correct. All right, hit that pause and get started. All right, first grade, we're ready to check to see how you did. I had 7 dots, 5 dots, and a total of 12 dots. My addition problems, 7 plus 5 equals 12. 5 plus 7 equals 12. My biggest number came last. And then in subtraction, my biggest number came first. 12 minus 7 equals 5. 12 minus 5 equals 7. Hopefully you were able to find those 4 facts that made up our fact family. Let's erase our sheet protector and try one last problem. This is the hardest one. Go ahead and press that pause button to see if you can solve this fact family. Remember, in addition, our biggest number comes last. And in subtraction, the biggest number comes first. See if you can solve this problem. Hit the pause button while you work. Let's check to see how you did. Did you get the numbers 6, 9, and 15? 6 dots, 9 dots, and 15 dots total. My addition facts, 6 plus 9 equals 15. And then I did the turnaround. 9 plus 6 equals 15. And then for subtraction, my biggest number came first. 15 minus 6 equals 9. 15 minus 9 equals 6. Every problem has the same 3 numbers. Awesome job, first grade. Today, we took a look at some dominoes. We found out how many dots there were in the parts and how many total dots there were. And then we used those numbers to make a fact family. 4 math facts, 2 addition and 2 subtraction. And they all use the same 3 numbers. Wow, if we know our fact families, we are going to be amazing mathematicians. You're going to have some activities to complete in Seesaw, and I can't wait to see how smart you are.